Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm here with Millie, and I know that my caption says she lost 55 pounds, but she just told me since the last time I've heard, she's now down 69 pounds. Holy crap. Millie, say what's up to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Oh my gosh. So guys, Millie has an amazing story that she's going to be sharing with you today. And I'm just super excited to have her on here. She's been through some crazy stuff. For those of you who have ever had bad stuff said to you, you've ever felt like you were bullied or people were mean to you or they made fun of you, like she has a story that is absolutely incredible. And now she's down freaking 69 pounds. And, she's been inspiring a ton of women in our community, and I'm literally blown away because it's only been 8 months?
It's been almost 9 months, yeah.
So almost 9 months. 69 pounds in 9 months.
In 9 months, yep.
That's literally incredible. So everybody say what's up to Millie. And Millie, my first question for you is to tell us what's a little bit of your backstory. I know that you in your childhood you had some really hard things that you went through, and if you would share that with everyone, just so the people out there that maybe have been through that same exact thing, they can relate to you and hear that story from the beginning of your journey.
Yeah, absolutely. So my parents divorced when I was 3, and my dad, he worked all over the world. He was traveling, and so I was with my mom, and my mom, she wasn't really in the state to take care of herself, let alone her kids, and there was a lot of abuse, and there was a lot of mental abuse mostly, and from a really young age, I was a binge eater. Before I even knew what that was, I was binging at 5, 6 years old. And my mom, she used to really tell me just horrible things. I was too fat, it was gross, and she would have me weighing myself and dieting all the time. And she would, I was tripping out because on your Snapchat the other day, you posted how you did a colon cleanse.
Yeah.
And those are awesome. They serve a great purpose. But my mom, she would have me doing those as a small child, once a week, telling me that I needed to get all these parasites out of me, and I was a parasite. And, it was really mentally damaging, and it kind of carried through my whole life that I
So how did you deal with that? How old were you in this process, and how did you deal with that at that time, at that age?
I was a little girl when this all started. I lived my childhood in a lot of fear. So I went to food. Food was my comfort, as I would, hide in the pantry and eat all the cereal. I would eat the dog food kibble. I would eat, all the beef jerky, all of the chicken and the biscuit crackers. And my mom would get me in trouble. But then she would just get me in trouble by abusing me, and so I was more scared and more scared. And so, food was always my comfort. There's a lot of chefs in my family. And so from a young age, I started cooking for myself, and just food was the answer to everything for me to, feel safe, feel not empty.
And what was the relationship you had? Yeah, what was the relationship that you had with your body at that time? So you're talking a super young age. And at that age, you didn't even know how your body looks or the difference. You know what I mean? So at that young age, what was your perception of your body at that time?
It was terrible. I remember being starting my first day of second grade, and looking at all the other girls and thinking that I was different and how come I didn't look like them. And I remember not eating from a small age. I wouldn't eat anything at school, and then I would come home and then just binge crazy at home. So I knew that subconsciously that I was not comfortable with the way I looked and about me, but I didn't know what it was, and I didn't know why. And I just, it was a lot of mental stuff going on for sure from a young age.
Yeah. So did this continue all throughout your high school years? At what age was this still going on?
It continued till about I was I was about 12, 13 years old when I went and lived with my dad. He moved back into the country to basically kind of rescue me from the situation I was in. And moved back with my dad, and my dad was the complete opposite. Like, I'm a daddy's girl, you know. I would wake my dad up at 3 a.m. and be like, Dad, I want spaghetti, you know, and he'd make me spaghetti and we'd eat it together, you know, like.
That's so awesome.
So he never really yeah, he was the opposite of my mom. You know, he told me I was perfect the way I was, fine. Oh, you want a cheeseburger? Let's go get you a cheeseburger. So I was just never taught, like, how to take care of myself or how to be healthy, you know, what self-love was. I never learned that ever through my teens or anything. So
yeah. So any of you guys out there right now, any of you ladies out there, like, don't let Millie feel alone. So if you're someone that dealt with bullying or other people like speaking negatively into your life, like, I want you to comment yes right now, just so that she knows that she's not alone. And I know, Millie, in your story, when you said that you at 19, you got married at 19?
I did, yes. I moved to Los Angeles right after high school. I'm from a really small town. I just had to get out of here, so I moved away, got married. And as soon as I got married, I just started eating like crazy. Like,
because you're like, I'm married now, so like whatever, or what?
Like my friend. What's that?
I said, was it because you got married and you're like, it's just whatever, or was it still like from stuff that you were dealing with? Like, why did you get married?
From before. I think it was stuff from before I was dealing with, and my husband at the time, he worked really late at night, and so I would be home by myself. And that was just the habit that I always had, was to binge, you know, when I was at home by myself. So I just continued, you know, throughout there, and I gained a lot of weight. I tried a personal trainer. I spent like $700.
Right.
I did Weight Watchers. I did Nutrisystem with my coworker. I did, you know, the high fat diet, the low fat diet. Tried all these different things during that time, and it worked for a little while, but I always gained it back. I only, you know, I never kept it going. I never stayed going to the gym. I never stayed with whatever I was doing, because it wasn't realistic, you know. So yeah, I gained a bunch of weight, and during that marriage, I learned that he was having an affair, and that was really traumatizing.
So then what happened? Because you were already kind of like on this spiral, right? So like then this big life event happens, like you find out that your husband's having an affair. Then what happens?
Then, you know, I was already binging, so I blamed myself and I started purging right away. I just blamed myself for gaining so much weight, and that's the reason why, you know, that happened. And it was just kind of the next step was to throw it all up, you know, because I couldn't stop myself from putting it inside me. So
so it was almost like a sense of control, right? Like coming from someone who like dealt with the same thing, it was the one thing that you could kind of control in your life, right? Like you could control, like by the purging was like the control, because you felt like you couldn't control the eating.
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't control my eating, so I could control that, and so I did that, you know, and it wasn't a great answer. I saw the effects I was having on my body after a while. It really took a toll on me. I lost weight, like in a super unhealthy way. You know, I had all those red dots under my eyes, and it was terrible. And so I finally pulled myself out, you know, all thanks to be to God. I stopped doing that cold turkey. I like looked in the mirror and I was like, no more, I'm not doing this anymore, you know? So I stopped. I left that relationship obviously right away, never looked back. But this went on for a couple of years before I was able to stop.
Wow. So ladies on here right now, I need you to share this video, because you and I both know that there's a ton of women that need to hear Millie's story. That's going to help them, whether it was bullying or whether it was eating disorder, whatever it was, like they need to hear how she came through it. So share this right now so those women can jump on it and listen as well. And so then after that, like you got remarried, right? And you got pregnant, and it was like the happy years, right?
Yes, I met my boyfriend and we made a love child together.
Aww.
And I got pregnant, and when I got pregnant, you know, that was like to start binge. Everyone tells you when you're pregnant, you know, girl, you're hungry, like eat, you're eating for two, like you need to eat, you know? So I was like, I need to eat, yes, you know, like I'm gonna eat. So I was eating for 3, you know, I was eating for me, my baby, and my food addiction. And
Right.
I gained 92 pounds during my
Wow.
pregnancy.
92 pounds.
92 pounds. I'm 5'2". Okay, I'm a short girl.
Oh yeah, we're the same height, huh? 5'2".
Yeah.
Dang. Well, how did that feel in on your body? Like all of that weight.
Terrible.
Because what was your highest weight?
My highest weight that I know of, because I've been in denial about my weight for a long time, so I didn't want to see that number. But the highest weight I know of, 225.
Wow, 225.
I was forced to. Yeah, I was forced to have an emergency induction with my daughter for having a preeclampsia, which is basically just diabetes when you're pregnant.
Right.
And I wouldn't dilate. I was in labor for 3.5 days and ended up having to have an emergency C-section anyways. And it was because my body was so unhealthy. It couldn't take the labor. It couldn't do anything. So,
wow.
They sewed me back up and I was fine, set me out of there. But when I got home, I was 214 pounds. And
dang.
It was, yeah.
So here's my question. Like, you've dealt with like literally lifelong like struggle with food and body image and like all this stuff. Like literally my heart breaks for you, for your story. And, you know, but now like hearing your testimony, because I know like where it goes after this. So I'm like super excited for you to tell that part. But like, what was the tipping point for you? Like, what happened that like you woke up one day and you're like, I'm done with all this? Like, because it wasn't just like a couple years span for you. Like it was literally your whole life. Like,
no,
you know what I mean? So what happened?
Totally. Okay. I had 2 major tipping points that happened to me. When I got back to Utah, I started working in retail management for a specialty food store. And the owners of the store pulled me aside, took me to lunch, pulled me aside and said to me, you need to start being healthy. You're in charge of our store and you're representing our company and our business, and you need to start changing your habits. You know, you need to be happier. And that hit me like, how inappropriate is that, right? So, but it hit me like a train. I was like, whoa, someone else other than me is seeing that I have an issue, you know, like how unhealthy and unhappy I am. Like, you know, because I was pretty good at faking it. So I thought, you know, in the outside world of pretending to be happy and all that. But you know, apparently not, you know, it was always.
So here's my question. Did you choose, when she said that to you, did you choose like not to be offended and to like do something about it? Or like, how did you take it? A lot of us, I feel like a lot of people like put up the wall, right? And then they're like, because I did that at first. When my grandma like smacked me and told me to stop eating cookies, like I put up a wall first, and then I was like, I like attacked her back, and then I was like, whoa, like she's right. Like, how did you deal with that? Because a lot of people like they just put up the wall and then they ignore that it ever happened, and you need to address it, right?
Yeah. At first, I was like, I gotta look for another job, you know. But,
yeah.
But then I was like, okay, you know, maybe they're right. Like, maybe I could make some better choices, you know. And so I joined the gym, and begrudgingly, I joined the gym. And I, you know, just on my own, I knocked out flour and sugar from my diet. I told myself I was going to stop eating fast food and, you know, I drank like a 12-pack or a 6-pack of the big Cokes. I drank a 6-pack of those a day.
Wow.
So I was just saying, well, I'm going to start drinking more water, you know, and get off the Coke.
Girl, you and I would have been best friends back in the day. Well,
I know, right?
We're friends now, but like we'd have been sitting on the couch drinking Cokes, eating cookie dough and pizza together.
Not now,
like,
girl.
You sound like the same freaking person. This is so funny. Oh my gosh. So you started taking baby steps, right? Like I heard you say, like I cut out flour, I cut out sugar. Like you wanted to stop eating fast food. You were like, okay, I probably should stop drinking these 6 pops a day. Like so it was baby steps, right? You didn't just like go through a whole cleanse of everything and like change everything all at once, right? It was like baby steps, right?
It was baby steps. I mean, everyone knows like the basic foundation to be healthy, right? Exercise, drink water, all that. So I just started there, and you know, I was going to the gym only like twice a week. I was just doing some cardio with my hat down and like getting the heck out of there. And then my second tipping point that was more of a mental shift for me was when I saw you on my Facebook page. I was
Uh-oh.
and I saw your face. I clicked on your face, and it took me to your transformation page, and I was curious, girl. I was like, what the heck is this girl? What is this girl talking about? She's onto something here. And I watched all of your videos. I know you hear that from from everyone, but I did. I stalked you on YouTube, and all of your videos I could find. Any single Kaelin Tuell video I could find, I was watching it. And
that's so awesome. And what happened?
You hit me with the truth, girl. You hit me with everything I needed to hear.
I did not pay this woman. Just so you guys know, I did not pay this woman.
No, she didn't.
These are her own words.
But what you said, Kaelin, that seriously triggered my mind was you said the key is stop hating exercise. Fall in love with everything fitness. And I was like, what? That's so what I need to do, because I hated exercise. Exercise was like a punishment to me, So to hear you say that, I was like, she's right. Like, I do need to start falling in love with fitness and exercise. And the next day at the gym, dude, like, I had like a fire lit under me, the first time I remember going to the weight area and lifting weights, and I was still a little tubby round thing, but I didn't care. I had you in my ear, and listen, knowing like if I don't push myself, I'm never gonna see any changes. If I don't get off the elliptical and do stuff I'm not used to doing, I'm not ever gonna change. I'm just gonna stay the same, So
yes.
So I did it. I listened to
everybody comment. I will get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Seriously, right? So that got you, like, you went to the gym that day and you're like, bam, like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm going, I'm rock and rolling, I got this fire, right? And so then, like, what did you start doing? Like, what changed in your lifestyle, like the way that you live? Because you're someone that works like 60 hours a week, right? So like there's a ton of women out there that feel like they're like, I work so much that I can't make time for a healthy lifestyle. I don't have time to go to the gym or to work out in the morning, or I don't have time to make my meals. So like shed some light on that for us of how you make that work.
Well, I literally threw all my excuses out the window, and I made it work. I have a 5-year-old daughter. Usually I would go to work at 1 o'clock. So we'd wake up at 8:30, get our butts to the gym. She'd go to the child daycare. I would put in my hour at the gym. I'd go home and take a shower, get meal prepped. Like at first I was meal prepping every day. So right. I would go home, make my lunch, make my dinner, and get her lunch together, and, go to work, come home at 9:30, get my gym clothes ready for the next day. And, I started meal prepping, and I just started like really trying, because I never really tried before. So I tried, and I whenever I like heard myself tell myself like, you can't do this, or you have this going on tomorrow, or I would work around it. I'm like, nope, what I have to do is more important than that.
Right. So how did you get there mentally? Like, how did you get there of saying like, okay, myself is important enough to schedule into my day? Because I feel a lot of people have this problem that they're like, okay, well, I have all this other stuff going on. I don't have time for me. So how did you change that mentally? Like, what helped you make the decision that you had to schedule that hour into your day?
Well, one thing I started doing is I started posting a lot on Facebook, on my personal Facebook page. I would post accountability, my gym check-ins. I posted my 8-week progress pictures every 8 weeks. And I would say like, another update coming in 8 weeks, and like with every person I knew watching me do that, I would like feel so dumb if I didn't keep up with it, if I didn't do what I say what I was going to do, So right. I did it, and I had no excuses. If I had to work early, I'd work out late. If I had to work, late, I'd work out early. I just changed my schedule based upon what I had going on. And, I also clean houses on the side. So, I would work out early, go clean a house, go to work. Like I had enough. I had enough of feeling the way I was feeling, of hating going shopping, of hating myself, that I wanted it so bad. So I made it happen.
So you got to like rock bottom, right? You're like rock bottom and you're like, I freaking like, I don't want to do this anymore. And you're just finally at the point where you're like, it's done. Like I'm doing it.
It's done. And when I had, you know, the Lady Boss group on my side, I had all the Lady Bosses that were like there before me, you know, that had so much great progress and were killing it in the gym. You know, I had them reminding me that as long as I didn't give up, I would get there.
Ooh, write that down, y'all. Comment right now. As long as I don't give up, I will get there. You heard it from Millie.
That's
Preach,
right.
girl. Preach.
That's right. You know, as long as you don't give up, you'll get there. You know, you
oh my gosh.
fail if you quit.
So one of the parts I loved about your story is saying that you and your daughter, she's 5, right? Like you guys enjoy like working out and she like goes to the gym with you and stuff. And so speak to all the moms out there that, you know, have kids or have a son or daughter that they're like, oh my gosh, well, it becomes the excuse not to instead of the excuse to. And so why don't you shed some light for them on that? Because I think that's really important, like parents being healthy for their children.
Absolutely. You know, it took me not until I started this journey to be able to reflect back on all of my bad habits as a mom. And, you know, my life would be wake up, get breakfast, go right back to the bed or the couch and sleep until the very last minute. Even when my daughter wanted to go to the park, I'd have to have food before the park, food at the park, and then know I was going to get food right after the park, you know, and I would be at the park the whole time, not even present with my daughter because I was so worried about eating, you know, and so for her, I was doing her a big disservice by not making myself a priority. You know, as moms, we tend to feel guilty when we take an hour away from our kid or when we have to tell them, hold on a second, honey, I got to finish meal prepping. You know, we feel bad about that. We have that guilt. But in the end, we're doing our kids a huge disservice by not taking care of ourselves, not setting that example, by not teaching them to be healthy and love themselves. You know, I'm so glad I made that change, Kaelin, because my daughter, she'll even tell me all the time, like, you're so strong, mommy. Look at your muscles, mommy. You have so much energy, mommy. Let's go. Like, she's just amazed at the difference in her mom, you know, and she loves it. And it makes me so proud to have made that change for her.
That's just amazing. And, you know, I'm just sitting here thinking about like, okay, like, yeah, your daughter sees you as a role model now, like health wise and how you're eating and how you're being active. But I'm just wondering, like, what's the change now since you've changed mentally about the things that you say about yourself? Like, how has that changed in what you feed into your daughter and how like she sees herself? How has that changed?
Well, girl, we'll be riding around in the car and she'll be in the back seat saying, mommy, look how strong I am. I'm a mini lady boss.
That's so awesome.
She's a mini lady boss. And whenever we eat stuff, she'll be like, do lady bosses eat that? Is that something a lady boss can eat? That's
she's the police.
Lady bosses don't eat that.
Yeah, I didn't pay her either, Millie. You know? I didn't pay her.
Well, hey, she's my best accountability partner because she's always with me, and she knows if I have something I shouldn't, she'll be like, mommy, you're a lady boss. Why are you eating that? And
my gosh. This is the best thing I've ever heard. Oh my goodness. I freaking love this.
So it's made a big change, not just in my life, Kaelin, but in my daughter's life. Like we are so happy now. Now I go to the park, I climb the ropes with her. I chase her around the field. I'm, climbing up the top of the towers with her. Like all the other moms are looking at me like, what is wrong with this chick? Like
like, what is she on, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So through all of this journey for you, which has been, it's freaking incredible, and all the stuff that you do, like, I don't even know how you do all of it, but, like, what have you achieved? Like, I know that you've lost 69 pounds, but like, what is the other stuff, maybe the tangible and the intangible that you've gotten out of losing that weight and kind of changing your mindset? Like, what have you achieved in this process?
Okay. Like, yes, I've lost 69 pounds and a ton of inches, and that's
freaking amazing.
Low, and I have muscles, and all that. But like, I've gained.
Dang! Hold on. Look at those guns. Pull them
my
guns back
happiness,
up there.
my confidence, just my quality of life, honestly, is I can walk into any store and be like, that's cute, I'm buying it, you're coming with me. Like, I don't even have to question if it's gonna fit me or not. Like, my whole life, I've been bigger chested. I've always carried my weight in my chest. I was teased a lot for having a bigger chest. And, you know, I always just thought that that was just how I was and I would never change. And no, I have shrunk my body down. I have literally given myself the body I've always wanted. And I can wear anything with a zipper, a button. Like, it doesn't even have to be stretchy material. Nothing scares me. I can put it on. And, you know, my chest is a normal size now. For all the ladies out there that struggle with that wonder if you can get that done without a reduction, absolutely you can. You weight lift, like Kaelin says, you follow her meal plan, you do what she says, and you will get them reduced.
Preach it, girl. Preach it. I love it. Oh my gosh. What you said about like walking into any store and just being like, I like that, I'm buying it.
Yep,
like
totally.
Size freaking small. Like I remember hitting this point. Like, and for me it was like a medium at that time, I think, is like when I first started doing it in like regular clothes. And I like walked in, I was just like, I can look at it and be like, that'll fit me. Like that fits me.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to try it on. It's gonna look good on me because like I remember that time of being in the dressing room and nothing looked good. You know what I mean? Like I hated everything.
Everything.
I wouldn't even try it on the dressing room anymore because it made me all hot and freaking sweaty and gave me anxiety. Yep. So I wouldn't even go in the dressing room. I would buy it all in different sizes and take it all home and then try it on there and then have to bring it all back. And so like when you said that, like, I just had a complete flashback of the day that happened for me. And I remember it like yesterday. And it was like probably the most magical moment because that's when you really know like, wow, my life has really changed.
Yeah, that's when you know, like, wow, I am something amazing. You know, it sounds so cheesy because it's just clothes, but you know, I'm 33 years old. I've never been able to wear certain things in my whole life. You know, even in high school, I could wear stuff like that. So, like, to have that now at 33 years old and wear anything I want is like the best.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I just love how excited you are. Like, I just love it. Your energy is awesome. So, last question. What do you think the women out there that are just like you, so maybe like the women that used to get bullied or people were mean to them or they struggle with their weight or food addiction or, you know, an eating disorder or like those women that were just like you, what do you think that they need to hear?
Honestly, you need to put the past in the past, forgive what happened, and, you know, like you need to take that first step. I mean, whatever it is, like, whether, you know, you want to be able to buy clothes without crying in the dressing room, you want to be able to go swimming in a regular bathing suit, you know, you want to go have energy for your kids, whatever your reason is. And if you were bullied, take that first step and do it for your bully, you know, and turn those into stepping stones for your success. Stop making those struggles excuses to not be able to go somewhere. You know, we're in charge of our lives. We are. And you have to make that choice right now to just do something about it. And over time, with the small steps and the small good choices every day, like your mind and your body will change. You'll get there. It'll all get there at once. And you just got to take that step. You just got to go to thefreekickstart.com and take that first step. Because you have all the tools you need, like literally all the tools you need are right there. And it's not like, that's one thing I love so much is I can go anywhere in my whole life now. I know what I can eat. I know where I can exercise. I have all the tools I need to keep this weight off forever.
Forever and ever. Amen.
Forever, ever, ever.
Oh my gosh. So I want you guys to write one more thing down. I want you to write down, I will not allow my struggles to be my excuses. That was power that you said that. Oh my gosh. That's so power. I love that. Because we get so caught up in it, right? It's like, oh, this is my circumstance, or this is my struggle, and like this is why I can't do it. But really, like all those reasons, like if you would just do it, like it would help you overcome all of those struggles.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
But people think it's the other way around. They think they have to overcome all the struggles before they can like start moving forward in life. But you have to start moving forward away from the struggle. You have to stop allowing it to be your excuse and just go kill it, right? Just go kill it.
Kill it. Just push yourself. All of us have that superwoman inside of us, you know, and we just have to let her come out. She wants to come out. Let her out. You know, she wants to make you the best you and to determine what your destiny is. So yeah.
Man. Dang, we all got that lady boss inside, right, Millie?
That's right. We do. Yeah, we just have to find her.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for your story and sharing your testimony. I know like it's never easy opening up your life to other people and sharing those things because like it's so not easy. And I just really appreciate it because I'm sitting here reading all the comments and I'm just like, wow, just blown away at how many people like you've inspired sharing this story. And I just like, I appreciate you being on here so much.
Absolutely. Hey, if I can help just one of you out there listening, just one of you to like feel better about yourself and not feel the way that I was feeling, then like, it's totally worth it for me to put this all out there. Cause you know, it's the best feeling in the world to love yourself, reach your goals, and to be something that you never thought that you were, you know?
Yes. Amen. Dang, girl, killing it. So for those of you ladies who are watching who might say like, man, this is me. Like I'm at that rock bottom. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to start. I don't know like what's the first step like she was talking about, right? And Millie said it herself. I didn't even tell her to say it because she went there before too. But if you go to freekickstart.com, you can get exactly what Millie was just talking about. It's going to help you kickstart your mind, motivation, and your metabolism. And that's exactly what you need. So click the link, go get that free download for you, and just know that you can do it. And there's other women out there who are doing it that are just like you. And if they can do it, you can do it, girl. You can do it. So thanks for spending some time with us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.